Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand after.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video.
Hey guys, welcome again to the channel. Today we'll be talking about Boss Rush and I will tell you the best teams. But before that, I will be speaking about the developer notes that they dropped for us and the new additions for the game. Really amazing changes that we've been asking for. The developers are looking to the feedbacks, they're getting the information, the inquiries, and they're acting upon it. Really top class feedbacks, and they were implemented in the game. I love them. I really like this update, and we'll be talking about it real quick before I go to the boss rush. So a new character is introduced to the game. It's El Fuerte, and on other versions we see him in the Taiwanese and Chinese version. He's a wind character class faction character that will be introduced to the game. Now we're not 100% sure if he's gonna be wind or he's gonna be thunder or flame, but what we know, and 100%, he's a factional character. He's not master or infernal. If he's master and infernal, his trials will come, and with his trials you get an extra starlight, and I don't think that this is the issue. He's gonna be factional character. And a new event that will be dropped, and this is an amazing event. Why? Because you can obtain a starlight, a chaotic free starlight. By it, as it's see here, chaotic starlight can be obtained by completing activity missions, which is awesome. You can build your Ken, your Virgil, your Dante. If you miss some copies from them, I'm harnessing them, I'm saving them to build my Ken completely, at least to double S, for I can use his exclusive, which is awesome. Now a new gameplay mode has been added to the game, and it's the towers for Master and Infernal. And as I said before, 6 months ago, I told you about Soul Power will come, which is engraving in other games, and the Towers of Master Infernal, which is Celestial and Hypogean in other games, which is AFK Arena, if you're wondering what I'm referring to. And why did they take this time to implement it? Because they want the players to improve and level up these units, because these towers will be harder a little bit than the others. So you're not gonna start like level 1 tower, which is super easy like other factions. It will be a little bit more challenging, and this is why they implemented it now. And there's a condition. It has 20 days, 20 tries per day to finish that. So everybody will be on par first, and then it will become harder. And you need to finish chapter 27-40. You need to start chapter 28, complete chapter 27, so you can get there. And by then you would be accumulating a little bit of Bison, maybe Jury, maybe something else, Rose, and different other characters, which is amazing. You will have more rewards, and if they implemented it now with the 50% with Jury, you're gonna get more rewards, more tickets for divination, and go for that and summon them and build them more. So upcoming events: Effigy Battle, Voodoo Battle, Top Picks, Chef Restaurant. Chef Restaurant, you can also go to the mall and buy the tickets as well. Street Art, save your fragments, save your summons, save everything, and wait for the Street Art so you don't have problems with it in the late days. But everybody could complete this. It's one of the easiest challenges to complete. And City Pursuit. Now, the levels displayed in skill description for Soul Power are fixed. So the soul powers that was problematic with Virgil, with Viper, with the Honda, they fixed it. Everyone had a little bit of problems, specifically in New Summer Arena. It had some problems when you max them to plus 80 or to plus 100. They fixed them now, and everything works. Soul power features added for Chun-Li, Mad Ryu, Hugo, Rose, and Bison. So if you're a big fan of Hugo, Mad Ryu, Chun-Li, Rose, and Bison, and you can build those soul powers, I will tell you from now, hold on Bison a little bit. We want to check if it adds for him damage reduction or defense more, because he will be hard to kill, and you mainly want him to explode as much as possible. So just hold on for us to do the testing. For Rose, I 100% advocate for her and Chun-Li to build them. Hugo, it's situational, so be a little bit like slow about thinking about if you want to build Hugo or not. And Mad Ryu, hopefully he will change with the soul power and he will become meta again. I love that character. Tickets won't be consumed when top ranking player on the HWA leaderboard challenges other players. So when you cross the 10,000 points on HWA, now you can go free for all for everybody, unlimited attempts to try and take the best rank that you can, which is good. Will put and define everybody in their position, which I find pretty awesome. Now people don't need to buy tickets with diamonds so they can fight. 6 new puzzle maps are added to Wonderland Training. We're gonna be seeing that with every update. Grand points added as a reward for daily, weekly missions. So daily and weekly missions will have a grand prize, just like in other games. In AFK Arena, we had this and we still have it. So you can choose EXP, breakstones, or fragments, or card tokens, whichever you'd like. Extra fighting soul fragments can be sold in the inventory in the bag for cash. So if you maxed fast chant, maxed berserk, anything, and you have excess of them, now you don't need to worry. You can sell them for cash and you can benefit from this cash. Amounts of gems required for additional crusade attempts in boss rush now have been corrected and adjusted. So now if you want to go for boss rush and do extra attempts more than the 10, they will change it, and it will no longer be 500 gems. Probably it will be 100, my guess is, just like AFK Arena, but 50 or 100 is still worth it. Now you can do those more attempts, because for 500 for 5 attempts it's a little bit tedious. So people are ignoring boss rush and they didn't see so much participation in it, and this will make it more viable. Thank you for your patience during the maintenance. Absolutely amazing update from the devs. Good job, hats off for them. I like everything that they did here. Now let's go to boss rush and to talk about it. Now I did my attempts, and I did my whole 10 attempts. As you see, I'm waiting for them for the update. I will not use 500 diamonds to refresh it. Now, if you want to check top scores with whales and how they're doing and how they're ranking, you can always check Hazing channel. I think he will be doing a video for boss rush and will tell you the lineups that he used, and if you want to auto it or manual it as a paying customer perspective or a whale perspective. Really awesome. He has the lineups, he's ranking really high, and he can help you with that. For me, as for free-to-play perspective, and mind that you can borrow one mercenary, max mercenary. I tried Gormagala Ken and Evil Ryu, and I tried Gokin. They work perfectly here. Summer Orlena also worked perfectly. I didn't find so much success with Virgil, even with him maxed, because there's situations for every boss and every fight, and you need to bypass it. So what I've been using, and I looked, after I finished my tries, I looked also to the players that I know, like the RNG, Mather Parker, and other people that they don't they are not necessarily big spenders, or they're free to play and they're using Guile. Guys, if you're using Guile, drop him from the lineups. So I had my friend who used to data mine with me, and he told me that the bosses in every event, they increased their defense, and now armor break and defense mechanisms are a little bit less. They got nerfed. So if you have armor break and you have defense reductions like sabers with Guile, this is why he doesn't deal that much of damage. If we could look, the RNG, he's using Guile, and Viper is dealing everything. Guile is barely dealing 600, like 16 million. And if you use the C3 of Viper, she will deal even more damage for you. And that's what we're seeing in many things. I think Mather Parker also uses Guile. Let me check. These are one of the top class players, so if you're on their server cluster, you can check their teams as well. He's using Guile, and Guile barely did 6 million or 5.3 million, which is what I saw, and I changed. I changed that actually in the event. You see me, I don't use Guile, and here I'm not using Guile because of this. I saw that the defense is not working, or his damage is not ramping up, and then my friend told me about his data mining, and that defense mechanism is buffed for the bosses and for the events. So what we've been using, I'm using the first lineup, Bison with Dhalsim and F.Blanka. Of course, if you have, again, if you have Flame Chun-Li, you can remove Dhalsim and use Flame Chun-Li, or you can remove F.Blanka, but I recommend leaving Dhalsim outside the team and using Flame Chun-Li. It will be even better for you. But I'm using F.Blanka, Summer Yang, F.Blanka, then Dhalsim. Of course, the first rotation I use F.Blanka, Dhalsim, F.Blanka, then Bison, and all the other rotation I start with F.Blanka, use Summer Yang for some healing and shields, F.Blanka again, and Dhalsim. And you need to be a little bit, let's say, slow on your rotations, because you don't want F.Blanka to jump while Akuma is hitting the front lineup, so F.Blanka dies. I will show you the replay after we explain the rotations. The second lineup, and I'm using Rose. Now Rose gives you buffs, gives you healing, and will restore your health back to the point that it was before the battle, and it will keep you surviving for this one extra combo that you want to do. As you see, Viper did most of the damage, and I used Honda for tanking because Honda has this trigger of immunity that can't die, and it's really helpful here. You can use Zangief, also he mitigate thunder, shock, and soul damage, which Jury and Viper does, and as you see, Viper does the most damage here in the fight. So I start with Viper, S.Poison, Rose, then Viper until the end of the battle. I use Virgil EX to save me. Of course, I didn't nail it this time, but it was the highest score, so I'm gonna show you this in the replay. My last team, and it's the weakest by far. I don't have Akuma. If you're free to play or a little spender and you have Akuma, he works better than Cammy here, and you can use him with Chun-Li and it's completely perfect. Of course, Chun-Li will be tanking, but I'm using Cammy as a tank. And why Cammy can tank and take so much damage and not die? Of course, Evo Ryu also tanks a little bit because he has Satsui no Iki stacks. And when we have Satsui no Iki stacks on Evo Ryu, he takes less damage. And for Cammy, I'm using Witch Jury as an assist for her. So when she hits and take damage, she will heal by hitting because she hits hard. So the amount of healing with the 15% gets her to full HP back. And I will show you this in the replay again. I'm using these EX moves. As long as I start with Cammy, I drop an EX move, so it ramp up. The drones gives her a crit, and the Tanuki gives her, apply armor break and gives her a little bit of attack boost when she starts. Let's go and start with the replays. The first replay, which is a 70 million run. As you see, I'll play it at X2. I start with F.Blanka as always because I want to use the C1 of Dhalsim. I use C1, then C2 of S.Yang because I want him to give me some combo meter when he applies armor break. As you see, Bison explodes and that's it. So I wait back. Now I'm using Gen as an assist, so Akuma didn't hit my Dhalsim, he hit the Gen assist. And as you see, I start with F.Blanka, S.Yang, F.Blanka, then Dhalsim, and this is how the fight goes until the end. And he kills my Dhalsim, and then he kills my S.Yang, but F.Blanka stay there, deals damage. I use the C1 of Bison. Dhalsim is dead, so what we're gonna do is use F.Blanka, S.Yang, then F.Blanka, and Bison with his C3. Again, every hit now kills Bison, which is give us a lot of damage and explosions for him. Again, here he hits Bison. Yeah, I know accumulating combo meter is a little bit hard. And here, as you see, he died even before he does anything, and that was it for this fight. You can do better, of course, with reruns and retries. RNG will hit you and you will get more damage. As you see, Bison 23 million, Dhalsim 23 million, F.Blanka 20 million, which is perfect actually. And my second team and the most successful team with Viper, and let's see the fight. So I accumulate some combo meter. I will show you how it is. What I'm using as for an assist, I think I'm using here Yang and Yon to help with the damage. Let's go to +4. As you see, I'm not using anything yet. I use the crazy potato at the start, so when I take damage from Viper, it won't kill anybody. Or I think I didn't use it. Yeah. Here we go. I start with the EX move, then I go Viper, S.Poison, Rose, then Viper, back to back, back to back. I spam it as much as possible. And pay attention for Viper, for S.Poison not to die. I use the healings here, so I can get more shields and my units doesn't die immediately. I start with Viper, S.Poison, Rose, then Viper again, until the... I used the Virgil EX, it didn't save me from nothing, I just took the damage like a champ. I used Viper, Honda, then Viper, and again Viper, and she died, and that was it for the battle. I wouldn't say it was a fail, it was a success. Can you do better? Of course, you need to time your Virgil EX really good. And for the last team, and it's the Cammy team. So I start, first of all, I think with Evo, the best start is you start with Evo Ryu, Elena, Chun-Li, then Cammy, and then you start with Cammy, Elena, Chun-Li, Cammy, and that's how the fight goes. Why you want to start the first one with Evo Ryu? Because you want him to have the 3 Satsui no Iki stacks, and when you do a combo, normal combo with Cammy, Elena, Chun-Li, Cammy, he will apply 2 Satsui no Iki, and then he will hit with his C1, remove the combo meter from Trendy Cammy, and then you will have a free combo and you will not get hit. Of course, Trendy Cammy here gets the line from back line, like Chun-Li is my back line, she will put her in the front line, but it doesn't matter because Cammy is always tanking and Evo Ryu is always tanking. Let's check the replay. And as the battle starts, I start immediately with my combo. So here I didn't use the Evo Ryu tactic, I started with Cammy. It's a mistake by me, I can do better when I start with Evo Ryu, but it's okay, it gave me a good result. Trendy Cammy whiffed some attacks, she didn't hit my lineup. As you see, I start with Cammy, Elena, then Chun-Li, then Cammy again. And as Cammy hits, she takes hits from the boss. Here Eva Ryu was almost gonna die. He is alive because of this 3 Satsui no Iki stacks. Chun-Li also didn't die, and Cammy, as you see, she didn't die. She tanked some attacks because she have the Witch Jury on her, so she can hit. My Chun-Li said bye-bye to us, so I continued with the C2 of Cammy. Now as you see here, Cammy gets hit, she dies. I use Eva Ryu, then Elena. And could I do better? Of course I can. It's a little bit of timing, good RNG, and you'll be actually doing these incredible amounts of damage. And by the end, Elena was dead by Cammy, and that's it. And that was the result. It put me in the top 10. It put me actually in rank 4, I guess. So this lineup works. It will get you at least to top 10, at least to top 50. If you're using this, it will get you to top 50. I will try to push more because I want to gather these rewards. I want the 20, and I'm trying to aim for this one because I want also the 30 soul core because of the update that will be dropping, and we can upgrade other units. So that was it for the video. That was all. Am I happy with the updates? Absolutely, they're insane. I've been waiting for these updates for a long time, and I think they're good for the game.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, we thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fight, time to fight.